Hey everyone, happy Friday. Logan Sennhauser here with Sennhauser Racing Team and Bruce the van today. We've got a whole smorgasbord of upgrades going on here. So we have a track day in July, like July 18th at Mid-Ohio, and I want to do my first testing with the van. So obviously if you saw the last video, we have our bed, full-size bed laid out in here. It actually expanded a little bit more. It fits the space really well and it flattened out, so there's no longer kind of that wave that was in it. And then you can see I just got a tarp and put the tarp over top of it with these like straps. Let me see if I can get you an image of just these simple straps, just to kind of keep it clean when I'm transporting stuff, throwing gear in here, or for right now, I need to install a vent fan up there. So I might be standing up there or leaning on it or doing something. So yeah, it worked out really well. I just threw that on there really quick. And then let's see, below here, we've got another big upgrade. This was probably the most expensive upgrade thus far. That's a class 5 tow hitch. So that'll allow us to tow up to the 10,000 pound towing capacity of Bruce. We're not gonna be testing that anytime soon. When we go to Mid-Ohio, we'll probably be at like 5, maybe 6,000 pounds. But you know, if I ever do a 2-car trailer or something like that, you know, we'll really be putting that thing through its paces. So we got to get that on. And then obviously to support the trailer, wiring, I've got this is a 7-blade adapter. So this will allow me to do trailer brakes, and like supplemental power to the trailer, different things like that. So this is just like more of the heavy duty standard, is this connector, but then it also has just the 4-pin light connector as well. So and then I got this kit, which is just basically plugs in between the taillights and the harness, and then adapts it to a 4-pin, which is somewhere, 4-pin right there. So quick and simple on this guy. So that'll be quick and easy. This guy I got to figure out where I'm gonna mount it. I got to bolt it up somewhere. And then the other big mod is this 12-volt fan that's temperature controlled, or at least it opens at like 78 degrees automatically, which I wanted something that would vent automatically if the truck was getting like wildly hot. And then it's got like a rain sensor and, you know, different settings and stuff like that. I wanted to be able to select the temperature it opens, but I couldn't find any within. And then, you know, if I get the Max Air Deluxe or whatever, that's like 350 bucks, then I'm, you know, a third of the way to just AC, and it's like, what's the point? So this was like $120 or $130. I think it's a nice temporary solution. So I got that. I got some special sealant to make sure it doesn't leak. And I got some little bubble mirrors because the blind spots on these things, at least if you have an early one with the flat mirrors on it, it's huge. So yeah, lots of little things today, but I think the first thing I really want to do is get that vent replaced, because our old one right now is cracked and duct taped up and whatnot, and I just give me peace of mind to get that fixed. So we're gonna get going on that. All right, we've been doing some jungle gymming. Welcome to the roof of Bruce here. This is what we're working with today. Like I said, I cracked it. It's old, dry rotted, and it's just riveted in. So we're gonna drill out all these rivets and then start prying at it and see what's under there. It's sealed down, but it's old sealant. So yeah, we're just gonna take a swing at it and figure it out as we go here. Alrighty, roof light thing removed. Just got to clean it up, get all the rest of these rivets out of here. But I mean, the opening's already 14 by 14, so once I get all the rivets out, we should just be able to plop the other one in. The $1 million question is, I don't think I'm going to rivet it again. I don't think that's the right method here. I would like to use, I don't know, maybe self-tappers, but that might not work with the rivet holes already there. So I'm thinking, I don't know, maybe we bolt it in from both sides. I just get a bunch of nuts and bolts and just sandwich it on there. That might be the best solution at this point. We'll have to see what we're working with. So I've removed all of the rivets. However, now I have this like dried up gasket around there. Just kind of like not a perfect surface in a few spaces where like there's metal showing. So I'm gonna try and clean it up, I don't know, and then hit it with some spray paint. I'll probably just throw some cardboard behind there and just hit it with some white, just because I don't want to give an opportunity for rust to form up here. And then we're gonna have to figure out how to secure it. So a few more steps here, like 1 step forward, 5 steps back, but we're getting there, we're getting there. Right, so another step back. So this old skylight vent thing, just, it doesn't go inside of the opening. So they kind of did these rounded corners. They never really finished cutting out the corners. So because this has more of like a flange on it, it needs to sit inside of there. We're going to have to figure out how to square out those corners, and then we got to make sure that the measurements are actually correct. And then that brings the other problem, which is now we might not be lining up with our previous holes, and we got to figure out how to seal all those. So yet again, you know, more steps forward, more steps back. But I'm gonna get my little mini cutoff wheel Dremel thing up here, and we're gonna take a swing at it. All right, so I cleaned it up a little bit. I don't have anything good to get this old butyl tape off, so we're just gonna leave it. It's outside the flange anyway, so it should be okay. And I'm gonna put AC on this in the near future, and maybe we'll try and get it off properly, because I was trying to take a wire brush to it, and it was just, of course, it was messing up the paint. So we're gonna be smart about it, but I hit it with some white spray paint around the screw holes and the flange just to try and, again, prevent rust. But now we're gonna take the butyl tape that came with it, put it around the flange, set it down, and then I'm gonna use self-tappers to get it in place. And then I have lap sealant that I'll put on top. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get going. Took me a while, but we ended up going with the wood screws, and then I just have 2x4 sandwiched on the other side. And the way I held those up there was by wedging another 2x4 underneath up against the bed, and it held the one underneath up to the ceiling. It was a lot of Jenga, but I mean, it's in there, it's not going anywhere. So now we just got to get the lap sealant and just really aggressively seal the area, and then yeah, and then we just got to wire it. So let's get it going. All right, so now the time has come to hit it with some lap sealant. This is what was recommended to me. It's white, and then it's just self-leveling lap sealant. I don't know, it's supposed to create a really good seal around this thing. So we're actually gonna cover up everything from the screws to the actual surface of the body. And then it should kind of level itself out as it cures. But we're not gonna be gentle with this. We're gonna really lather it on there, because this is what creates a really, really good seal. I mean, there's that like gooey tape that's in there, but this is, I think, what's gonna do the most amount of sealing here. So yeah, we're just gonna do that real quick. I don't know if this is too much, not enough. I know it's not pretty, but no one's gonna be up here. So here's what we're working with. I went with a few beads all the way around. I made sure to get all the screw holes, and any of like the divots here, I made sure to put some extra in there. But it's supposed to just kind of level out and dry, and it looks like it's already starting to do that. So we got our fingers crossed. My other theory is that if it does start leaking or causing problems, we come up and we add more. So with that being said, I think we're gonna clean off the roof here and do the wiring and give it a good old test here, see what's what. And of course, we gotta give it the peel. Ah, yeah. Look at that. So we've got everything installed in here, ready to go. It came with this little remote, but of course it didn't come with AAA batteries. So there's no functions on here that aren't on the unit itself. You can see it's got a control panel right yonder. It had these two power leads coming out of it. I just used my little melty connectors and just ran a length of wire to a on-off switch cigarette plug here, and I've just got it to my Jackery. This is my plan for camping for right now. I'll just use my Jackery as my power solution, because this will run this fan should all night just fine. And if not all night, I'm planning to plug this into supplemental power while I'm sleeping anyways. So that should be all good there. This tarp came in really good handy. It got really dirty, so I'm glad I threw that on there. That was a nice little last minute decision. But anyways, so I tried to turn it on 2 seconds ago when I thought I was recording but wasn't. And it's doing that, and I think it's because I tested the rain sensor and it's still got water on it, so it doesn't want to turn back on. So let me go dry that sensor off and I'll show you guys how this thing works. For the 130 bucks, like I said, it'll be linked below. It's got a lot of features. I'm really stoked with it. So just give me a second here. Okay, so it's a little wet right now. That's because I just cleared off the sensor. But so here's how it functions. Hit the power, it turns on. And its default mode is low blow in, which is kind of wild, especially with the vent shut. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Maybe there's something going on that I don't understand. But either way, so I'll switch it to air out. You'll see it stop reverse directions. Super neat. And then I can open the lid. It'll open automatically, which is also incredibly neat. And then you can increase it real fast. And it'll double beep at you when it's max, but that's max speed. And I mean, it's got some noise to it, but it's not bad. And I mean, it's moving air, you know? So it looks funky in video, but I swear it's spinning real fast. And then it's got this mode here. Oh, interesting. So basically at it's set to kind of hit 78 degrees. And if it's above 78 degrees in here, it's supposed to automatically open and try and keep it cool, or at least cool enough for when you're like away. So I guess it just goes on this low setting and just tries to get all the air out. And then I'm sure if it wasn't 90 degrees out today, it would shut right off. But I'll mess with that the more I camp out with it. So that's that function. Oh, there it goes, shutting everything in. So if I hit open now it's gonna shut. Oh, because it's off now? Okay. All right, I'm still learning, but anyways, super neat. It's got the rain mode on it too, which is on by default. And then the other thing I found out that's really cool is if it loses power, so I'm gonna kill the power to it. So now it's got no power, right? And then I turn it back on. So power goes out, power comes back on. It defaults closed and off, which is perfect. And that's, you know, exactly what you want if it does lose power. You want it to default to that position where it's just closed and it's not gonna let any water in. So anywho, that's current status. I left these wires on it really long so that if I wanna run this off the truck battery, I can. You know, just get some air out of here, like if I'm getting ready to load up equipment or something like that. Try to help cool it down a little bit. But outside of that, I'm running late to work right now. I gotta get on the road, get on my way home so I can get showered and get to work. But yeah, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you have any questions, leave them below. Like I said, everything should be linked down below. If you're interested in anything, check them out and I get a little kickback if you use any of those links. So, but yeah, outside of that, you know, think about subscribing, think about liking, and maybe we'll see you on the next one. But later all, cheers.